has come back even another summer. I think this is like fourth summer, which just says a lot about his character and what God's done in his life. So let's welcome up Mimic, all right, guys?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You guys mind if I pray?
No.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for this opportunity that you've given me to share my story. I pray that you'll open the campers' ears and that you'll give me the right words to say. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. So, as Twinkie said, this is my fourth summer here. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember me. I'm sorry, but yeah. I don't remember all of your guys' names, but I definitely remember faces. But my first summer here was in 2012. That was Frontier Olympics, and my story doesn't actually begin there. Back when I was probably a year or two younger than most of you, I started going to church, and that's probably about when I accepted Christ into my life. I went to church. My mom very often went to church, and I went with her. My dad, not so much. When I was young, my dad was diagnosed with what's called MS. Some of you might know what that is. It stands for multiple sclerosis. It's a disease where your immune system is overactive and actually attacks your nerve cells. And my dad was very angry that he had this disease because he's a good person. I still think he is. And so I guess he kind of blamed God for the bad things in his life. But I never really understood. I went to a youth group for a very long time. If you're from Davis, then you've heard of, and you go to UCC, that's great, but you probably haven't. I went to a place called UCC. They had a high school group called Summit. And my first year of high school, my parents got divorced. And I don't know how many of you out there have divorced parents. You don't have to raise your hands. But it hit me really hard because I was in high school and I had lived with my parents together for all of my life. And it hit me really hard. And for a whole year, I was super mad at God. I was like, why are you doing this? What could this possibly mean for my life? And I kind of drifted away. I stopped going to youth group. But my friend Zook, you might see him in the kitchen, he invited me to work as a junior staffer. And I remembered having a lot of fun as a camper, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll come. I wasn't really prepared for what happened that summer. I met a camper, his name was Forrest. I have not seen him again since my first year. I don't remember what he said, but I remember how he made me feel. He had just gone through a divorce himself, like a year prior. And he made me realize that God had a plan for me. It was really hard to say, and honestly at the time I didn't really believe it. But looking back, I see a lot of healing in my relationship with my parents. While they're separate, I feel like there's a much healthier relationship. At the time I was really mad, but looking back I can say that it was a good thing that happened. And it's hard to say that in the moment. But what I really want to hammer into your guys' heads is that even in the hardest of times, and it doesn't feel like God is there, that's when God is there. And that's just what I wanted to share. Thank you.